The most prominent goal of the yeshiva is to produce a mensch, somebody who can relate to his peers, who will grow up to understand his community, to take a leadership role in his community, to be a role model as a Jew and as a compassionate person who will help and rise answer the call when that call comes his way. And obviously the boys are coming in as youngsters, but by the time they leave the high school, it's our vision that they have a deep and very specific understanding of their role in the world as a Yid, understanding the needs of his fellow Jew, and a passion to continue his studies as a Jew, a compassion for character development, to lead and to show people that a mensch, someone who is understanding of another person's need, is ultimately the reason why we were put on this world.
What I found to be truly amazing about YTC is the level of the dedication of the staff of the yeshiva, the secular studies teachers, the rabbeim across the board. It's really amazing. Every single one of the 7 shiurim in the high school has their own full-time rebbe who's here from Shachris until, depending on the day, somewhere between 4 o'clock and the 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. And they're not teaching the whole time, but they're there for the students. The secular studies teachers as well. We're probably one of the only yeshivas out there that have the secular studies teachers come in. They're here, some of them from 10:30 in the morning, and they're here throughout the day till secular studies classes are over at 6:30. And they're really working with each individual student, catering to his needs, catering to his academic needs, catering to his hashkafic needs, catering to his emotional needs. There are lots of different challenges and areas of difficulty that students go throughout the high school years. And the staff is really there to help them through every single one of these aspects.
High school has a certain stereotype in which each grade has their own cliques, and each clique doesn't dare to venture outside their exclusive group of friends. How seniors are constantly bullying freshmen, throwing them in lockers, or stealing their lunch money. But here at Toras Chaim, that couldn't be further from the truth. Older students are constantly engaging and creating friendships with younger students, and younger students are seeking out the older students for help with their work or for just some advice. Twice a week, many of the seniors learn with freshmen or sophomores, Gemara B'Chavrusa, and this synergy not only exists from student to student, but from teacher to student as well. Teachers here at Toras Chaim recognize that their only job here is to help the students. And I personally have never been told by a teacher that he didn't have time for me or that he couldn't help me out. People at Toras Chaim recognize that they're just part of the puzzle. And without the degree of unity that we have here, the picture will never be complete.
Back in New York, looking for the right high school, I just couldn't find the right one. And then I found Yeshiva Toras Chaim here in North Miami Beach, Florida. It's true, I'm not living at home and I have to live in the dorm, but the dorm itself is just amazing. I feel like I'm at home. The other dorm students are like brothers to me. I have the media center at nights, but you don't have to be in the dorm to realize how awesome Yeshiva Toras Chaim really is. Whether a dormer or whether a local, Yeshiva Toras Chaim truly strives to help the individual.
The staff of the yeshiva is truly incredible. Straight from Rabbi Palagon in the Judaic department and Rabbi Levine in the English department, both are phenomenal leaders that lead a staff of dedicated and talented teachers. Not only in teaching the subjects that they teach, but their ability to relate and understand and motivate all the students is something that I've personally gained a tremendous amount from seeing. Each Rebbe with their own unique talents and skills, utilizing them and sharing them with everybody else for a true team effort.
We really spend a lot of time here in Yeshiva working with the boys and the Talmidim and trying to develop them and help them in so many different ways, both inside of class, outside of class, inside Yeshiva, outside Yeshiva. We have so many different programs that are run. We run the classroom on so many different levels, whether we test on different levels, we help the boys in different ways to try to help each student. I regularly discuss with the other Rebbeim that teach the same Talmidim that I do, whether it's the Rebbe who teaches them Bekiyas, the Rebbe they had from last year, to try to think of different ideas, to come up with things that maybe I didn't catch myself, but one of the other Rebbeim has an idea that can help us. The Rebbeim here are full-time, we're here the entire day. The Rebbeim are here after we teach, spending time with the Talmidim and discussing things with each other to try to maximize the success of each of our term.
I'm a proud graduate of Yeshiva Toras Chaim High School and a career member of their base medrash. When I was in high school here, every single day I was interacting with the base medrash guy, and I was enamored by the tremendous love they showed me, and how much they were learning, and I was always awed by the fact that they were so happy and they were enjoying their learning. And when it came time for me to make my decision where I was going to go for base medrash, I spoke to my Rebbeim and I suggested that maybe it would be best for me to stay here. And after being here for 3 months, I've realized that I made the best decision ever.
As the numbers increase, we have a more diverse population in terms of interests. We're constantly changing our offerings of Friday enrichment classes to try to meet student interest. We introduced a study hall class because students asked for it, and we had a petition from students this semester that next semester want a debate class, and there were enough students that committed to take the class that we found somebody to offer that. So a number of students are very, very involved with the Spotlight in all areas of production of our newsletter. Many of our students are involved with Pirchei and with working with younger students in all of the different neighborhoods where our students live. And then of course, over the past couple of years, we've introduced basketball in a much more organized way and had some games against some of the other yeshivas in town. We have our intramural activities on the Motzei Shabbos at the JCC, in addition to just the open program there. So we've tried to be creative in the time that we have, which isn't always a lot considering the length of our school day, to find outlets for students with different kinds of interests, whether they're athletic interests or intellectual, pursuits, different kinds of classes, and we hope to continue to do so.
What's unique about Yeshiva Toras Chaim's methodology for disciplining their students?
Well, generally speaking, we don't really need too much discipline, but when on occasion that becomes necessary, we're prepared for everything.
Aren't you worried about retaliation?
There is sometimes a reason and concern for retaliation, but at Yeshiva Toras Chaim, we're always prepared with every possible contingency.